Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Damontae bringing you a banger. Don't forget to follow on my Twitch, please. This is where we have daily content. So with the last video, doing pretty well, I'd say. A lot of people have also been asking about the solo build that I've been using, and you know, that's kind of not really that complicated. It was actually featured in that last build video, but I guess I'll go ahead and go over it now inside this video. So first and foremost, obviously, is the AK here. I'm using the Be-Leveled silencer, which is actually not removing any damage over distance. If you notice, the other suppressors here minus damage over distance, so that's why I'm not using those. I'm just personally like suppressors, that's why I'm using it. As for the barrels, you can use this barrel here. It'll minus out some damage distance, so I do not go for it though. Next, as for the grips, I think I recently had unlocked this one. So looking at the two here, this one actually removes recoil and stability, so therefore you might want to just keep that one. As for the magazines, I'm trying to get extended mag or quick reload, but at the moment I'm not using anything, so just keeping the normal one. As for the stocks, I've thought about putting the TQ on. It just gives recoil and stability. Handling goes down a little bit. Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. Definitely gonna be an improvement on the gun. Next, as for sights, definitely optional and opinion based as to what you're going to be using here. But you've got everything from like small red dots, both of these, to like maybe like a holographic kind of sight. Got it kind of a scope that's like the one that you get from the SMG, and then like another kind of a red dot, but just slightly different. And then you got some more kind of scopes here at the bottom. Obviously, it's your choice. The AK hits pretty hard. You're mostly using it for common enemies, and your revolver takes out most of the common enemies as well. As for these, I think I recently just unlocked this. Yeah, I just recently unlocked this, so I practically am probably gonna take this. But another good one is the one that I'm using here. So you just take really what you want in this scenario here. I think I'm gonna take this one here, but we'll figure it out. The hipfire spread is just really nice to have, really tight shooting. Now, as for the secondary, as I've mentioned, I'm using the revolver. This is to one-shot kill everything practically. We do use the ranged barrel in this gun. Next, we do use, it doesn't really matter what you use here, but I'm just using a red dot. As for the grips, you can use practically any of them, but I'm using the last one because the last one just to me seemed the most beneficial for what I'm playing and whatnot. As for the compensators, I didn't really want to spend 50 to get this one unlocked because all it does is give me some reds. So in my opinion, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the skeletonized compensator in this situation here. And as for the overkill weapon, obviously the grenade launcher. Armor, I'm using the 3-tier armor so that I have 3 lives as well. As for the deployables, armor bag, so we'll get into that in just a minute. Throwables, grenade, tools, I'm using the mines. I'll probably use the mines like all the time. As for the skills here, I'm using the ammo specialist, which gives me an increase to my ammo by 20%. Now I'm using the mower for 35 bullets. I gain edge, which is damage increase. Next, I have ammo funnel, so the ammo I pick up is directly put into my mag. This is more useful for the secondary weapon, but it is definitely going to trigger inside your primary as well. And then pairing on with it, we've got replenish. The things I kill, the ammo is automatically picked up. Next, I have sprint and reload. That's definitely a really good skill to have. I have disengage. Once per heist, I can free myself from a cloaker or a zapper, after which you can't be disabled by them for 5 seconds. Not too sure what that means. I think it's like they can't disable you instantaneously. I think is what that means. But basically, in solo fashion, you get a freebie. Next, we have last man standing, tank aced. We have extra plates for 2 extra armor and armor up. So we have 6 armor inside my 1 armor bag, highly, useful. Next we're using armor up, which gives each one of those armors 2 armors basically. So my 6 armors in the bag basically equal out to be 12. So it's very useful. Next we have last man standing. This is basically your get out of jail free card. You'll never go to, you'll never go into the down state as long as you can survive the 10 seconds, getting into a good spot, healing yourself, getting yourself armor, etc. Next we have things like sharpshooter and cutting shot to give myself the penetration. The penetration is going to one-shot the shields, or not just shields specifically, but it's going to one-shot things with the revolver. That's the main thing. Next we have swift, which is making me sprint faster, and pairing that together with the rush skill, you get to run around really quickly, and that's definitely useful. Next we have grit, triggering here. And I forgot to mention tank is also triggering grit. And then what happens here is that anytime I break my armor, I gain or I refresh my grit. So essentially it's setting me up to always have last man standing get triggered. That's what this skill Heists is doing. Next, as I'm going down here, I have solid, which is if I have both edge and grit, I'll be immune to all stagger effects. Now, that right there is pretty strong, considering like dozers can kick you, shields can punch you, AI can punch you, naders can blow up on you. You guys get the point. There's a lot of things that stagger you. So this right here is a really strong skill to have. Coming down a little bit farther here, we have strategist. This isn't really the important part, but this is the important part. Misdirect. As long as I have rush, any marked cloaker or zapper that tries to disable me will instead suffer a heavy stagger. So instead of being downed or taking all my life away, I can instead just get staggered. And assuming I can maybe have this trigger, I may not even get a stagger. And assuming that this skill works as it says that it works, maybe you can even fish this skill in there and not take a stagger as well. So that's basically my solo build here. We as I mentioned, we have the mines, and that's really it. You guys have any questions about the last few points? As I just mentioned, I'd probably get something like balanced and maybe Stockholm Syndrome. I know that's kind of a borderline skill, so that would put me at like 20. And if I wouldn't grab, this would get me 21, the gunslinger. But if I wouldn't grab Stockholm, I'm not really sure what else I would get. These 2 skills are really good too. They give me extra damage on edge, and this one gives me extra damage reduction. So these 2 are definitely worthwhile. Maybe checking them out as well. Other than that, though, I'm not too positive as to what I would grab, because actually I'd grab plate up maybe, because that's a really good skill to negate some of the damage. Not really negate, but to remove like the current damage that they're dealing to you. I'd probably grab plate up for 20 and either Stockholm for 21 or gunslinger for 21. That'd be my 2 choices here. Or even grabbing balance, that'd be a good one as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. I do appreciate it, so leave me a like, a comment, and there's something that you would change in this build, or maybe the attachments to the guns or something, just let me know in the comment section. We certainly will be releasing more Payday 3 builds like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing it centered around specific guns, or if I'm going to be doing it specific skills, but there'll be more builds to come, just know that. This one in particular is my solo build, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that.